Hello, everyone, and welcome to our new series, Story of the Stars. I'm Tanys Coughlan from the Twillo Lifestyle Community, Twillo Lifestyle Academy. I am joined by our beautiful Jennifer Jurkofsky from My Holistic Self and our beautiful Diane G
Hi, everyone.
from Kumo Observer. So, we are excited to bring this to you today. Where do you ladies want to start?
What are we bringing to them?
Yeah.
The story of the stars. So,
Well, a lot of people think that we started here on Earth. And so there are a lot who are not aware that before coming to Earth, we actually had lives and experiences outside in different star systems. So I believe we're here to talk about those and hopefully to open people's minds to the idea that, hey, maybe I didn't start here. Maybe I started somewhere else. So if this resonates for you, I hope you stick around with us for this episode and for the next ones.
well put.
It's so true. We get glimpses sometimes of, the fact that maybe we came from somewhere else or that we're connected to something more, but we don't always realize what that is or what that looks like. And yet there's a part of us that has a longing or a calling that wants to reach out beyond, that is fascinated with the stars and the sky. And it's like, well, where does that come from? Is it just this human curiosity, or is there a deeper connection?
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How did it start for, I'm curious to know for our viewers as well, like how it started for everyone, the curiosity did it start when we were kids or when we were teens? I'd like to hear from the people as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. We should say hi to the people as well.
We should. So we have Kaylee with us. Pogo
Hi,
Pogo.
Haley.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome. And we have Moe Afro.
Welcome.
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 Let's grow. Let's grow. Let's grow. And hello, Rossi. Welcome. Hello, my bigger people. And 369 Chime. Greetings
love that.
again. Greetings to you. Excellent. And we have Dreamers Music. Hello. Hello. Welcome.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Kaylee's excited. Space. Yeah. Well, while we're waiting for them to chime in, what are some of your experiences, the two of you? We can maybe all share a little bit of an experience with ET. So whether we go with current life or we go with past life or whatever the choice is, what would you like to share about your experiences? Diane, you want to start?
For me, the curiosity started when I was a child. Like I remember back in kindergarten, I would go out of the house and just look up. And there's this, because I was raised Catholic, I see this like cluster, a constellation of stars that I always say, oh, it's a little rosary. And then as I grew older, I realized, oh, that's Pleiades. It's called Pleiades. And then years later, as I turned into an adult, I realized, oh, the reason why I was so drawn to those stars when I was a child was because I had a lot of experiences there. So yeah, I was drawn to it without knowing that, oh, hey, that's home. That's home.
Yeah.
It is home.
I think a few of us can relate to that because the Dreamers Music. I used to always look at the stars and felt the connection. And Kaylee says, definitely always had fascination with stars, space, etc. And only recently found out about a family member having experiences. Then, of course, past life memories have arrived since. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's it. I think we have these experiences as kids and we don't think anything of it. And then we start to, as we grow up, we start to see the connections or understand little things. And as we get curious, we might start talking about it more. And then we might have a family member who goes, oh, well, actually, this and that and this and that. And it's like, whoa, okay, this is so much more than what we maybe thought it was when we first started out. Because like you, I would go outside. I love the stars, right? And we didn't have as big open sky because, city living and stuff like that. Like you could see some stars. And so I'd always look for the North Star or see what constellations I could find and stuff. But, I remember, as I got a little bit, older, and I was able to go, like we would go down to the shore and I'd be able to go at night and then I could see more stars. And I thought, oh, this is really, really awesome. And then even older, we went to the Poconos, and it's, we went camping out there, and there's no light pollution at all. And you could see the entire Milky Way and and it was just incredible. And I remember laying there, with my friends, and we're all just looking up at the stars and like going, there is so much more that I'm connected to. And I don't understand it. I don't know why, but like right here in this moment, like I almost feel home again.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And Kaylee says, watched E.T. when I was young too, but never explored that area. Mm-hmm. Earth tends to make them scary. It's true. I think it's because the unknown is scary for us humans, Mm-hmm. We don't know anything about it because we don't teach about it, which I would love to see that change a little bit, but
yeah, well, and like you said, what we're taught is through media and movies and things like that, and they're not painted in a great light.
That's right. Yeah. The Dreamers music, yes, I have Pleiadian connection too, and the Marian. Great.
Amazing.
I always looked at Orion in particular. Me too. That's one of the memories that I have as a child, being so fascinated with it. I was in Girl Guides, and we did our astrology badge, or our astronomy badge, and we learned where all the stars were and everything, right? And I remember always looking for the Orion's belt, because that was hard to find, and felt very connected. So, hey, Cody, welcome.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
We're
sharing about our connection to the stars.
I actually had a recent memory from when I was a kid come back a while ago, and it was about I was out blueberry picking with my cousin, and the memory that I have is that we actually saw a ship in a field. I don't know if it's these, how memories are. So it's one of those ones that's like vague, and it only came back recently, and so I'm not sure if it was like taken away from me at the time, or whether I was uncomfortable with it, or I'm not sure exactly what happened with all of that. But it was when I was young. I was like 6 or 7, something like that. So I don't know. There were a few things around that time that were odd, but my cousin and I both sort of have our memories around that. So
yeah, well, that's always really neat when you can share, and you two people have a remembering of a memory that years later, and it's like, yeah, no, we both have that same remembering. It helps, right? Because here, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Do your memories play tricks on you too? And it's like, well, yeah, sometimes, but it's great when there's somebody else that also is going, no, I remember that, because now all of a sudden it's like, okay, it's maybe not my mind just filling in the blanks or making the story. It's like, no, we're both, maybe there's a collective, but again, I, with as a kid, I saw a lot of things, but on my own. And so I don't know if, it's a memory or if it was just something my mind filled in. But as I've gotten older, when I've had these experiences, it's like, okay, there's other people that can also validate this. I remember we were driving one time with my eldest, and we're in town, so light pollution is, bad at that place where we were. But there was this one really bright, what I thought was a star, but it was acting like weird. It wasn't like a normal kind of, and I'm like, okay, what's happening? And then all of a sudden it went, dunk, dunk. And I went, did I just see that? And then, so we actually, like, we had pulled over and we're watching it, and then it shot across the sky. And I'm like, okay, this is really interesting. And it stopped, right? And then it came like right in front of us, and then it took off. And I went, okay.
It wanted to be seen.
That was something, right? Now, again, it's that moment of like, okay, could it have been a drone? Could it have been this? But we know it couldn't have been a satellite. They don't operate like that. It's definitely not a star, because, they're not moving around like that. So like, okay. But then later that night, we were driving home, and we live in the country, and we came around this one really dark part, and all of a sudden it flew back in front of us. And I went, okay, there's no way. This is now an hour and a half from where we were.
Yeah.
This is the same thing. Like, if it was a drone or something like that, like, this had to be something more, right? It stopped in front of us, and then it took off again. And I went, okay, thank you for the confirmation that this wasn't just like,
I love it when they do that, because usually when we see things, the first thought that comes to our mind is my eyes are playing tricks on me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True.
So when it happens, it's like, oh, they're validating that what happened a while ago was actually real. I'm not imagining things. And I
Yeah.
love that.
I love it too. Yeah. That's like the healing that I had from them was pretty impactful, because I had pain for a couple of weeks in my breast. It was like a kind of pain. It would go on pretty regularly over the course of the day. So I went to my doctor, had, got the appointment to have a mammogram done. And before I had the chance to go for the mammogram, I woke up one night feeling like I had a vacuum here on my chest. And as I woke up, there was an ET standing beside me, and he looked shocked to see me. I looked shocked to see him. And next thing I knew, I was out again. And you wake up and you're like, did that really happen? Like, what was that? That must have been a dream, right? I never had a pain after that. And there was nothing on the ultrasound or on the mammogram, but I never had any pain. So for me, it was like, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
This stuff's real.
Especially like comparing the before and after. Like, if you felt better, then that's the most important thing.
Yeah, and it was it was regular pain over the course of every day, like for a regular period of time. And then all of a sudden it stopped that day.
Yeah.
So we have a couple of comments here too. I saw a gold sphere craft 12 years ago outside my mom's bedroom window at 2 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I had a similar experience with one that stopped and took off due north. Meteorologists claimed it was likely a meteor.
Yeah,
that would be true.
But they don't. Meteors not change directions. They don't go, I'm going to go, nah, let's go this way.
Yeah, meteors don't do that. Yeah. And she's like, did I just see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and these are like more physical experiences that we've had. Mm-hmm. We've had other experiences as well that have been, I mean, the time that we were at your place, Jen, and we were sitting on the couch. My husband and I were sitting like on corners of a corner couch kind of thing, right? All of a sudden, we feel something, and Jen has cats. It honestly felt like a cat sliding in beside me. I went like this, and I realized my husband had done the same thing. And then I'm like, this is bigger than a cat. And then of course, as soon as you shift your consciousness a little bit, right? I'm like, okay, I'm out of where I can actually see. So I'm like, Jen, what's going on here? What's happening? Why don't you tell me what you saw?
Yeah. And a very large Pleiadian had just sat down next to them, or in between them.
Yeah.
but not really sat down because he was too big. So his back, he was sitting on the back of the sofa and his legs had come out and down in between them, which is why they felt that pressure right next to them on their legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came to deliver a message, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. But it's those moments where it's, you're both having a similar experience. And like Tana said, like, one person's here, one person's here, they're not even touching. And all of a sudden they're both going, what's hitting my legs?
Yeah.
Right here. And it's like, oh,
oh, it's that.
You're both feeling it at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Okay. There's more to that than, just I had a sensation.
Yeah.
No wonder the media is making this all scary. The way we're describing it, because if you don't understand what's happening, it can appear scary because you don't see them. You just feel them. So I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, I didn't find it particularly scary because I just thought it was the cat at first. But then I was like, wait, I could feel more.
Yeah, but it's true. We rely so much on our senses.
Mm-hmm.
And when our senses can't make sense of something, suddenly we go, ooh, what is going on?
Mm-hmm. Rossi has a question. Do they have partial areas they like to visit aside from Mount Shasta and Sedona? Yes. Short answer.
She may be asking that as let's elaborate.
Yeah. There are quite a few that they go to, not just Mount Shasta and Sedona. I'm from the Philippines, so I'm more familiar with the ones that are here. We have this a mountain called Mount Banahaw, where a lot of different ETs come, and not only ETs, elementals. I'm not quite sure how it happened, but it feels similar to Shasta in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those are not the only places where they like to hang out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the energy feels different.
It does. I interviewed someone for Bridge to the Galaxy, Priscilla, and she lives in Quebec. Mm-hmm. And Jen lives in Quebec. Different areas of Quebec, but she had them flying over all the time. Her experiences, like the one that Jen had with them in the sky following her, like Priscilla was having them all the time. They were following her and watching and talking to her. She'd ask them a question and the lights would flash on and off and stuff like that in the sky. So that's like, I think she was further south than where you are, Jen, but like nearer the border. Okay. But very, yeah. So there's hot spots all over, I'd say.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. And you think about, anywhere where the energy feels a little bit different, right? There's that, okay, you step into it and it's like, okay, there's a sacredness to this. It feels, like those are opportunities to go, okay, I think there's something here. We talk about Egypt and the pyramids. There's thousands of pyramids all around the world that we don't talk about just because they're not as famous, or some of them are buried, and but again, there's places all over that have this energy, and if they're going to be using that energy to communicate, like, of course they're going to be in all of these different places.
Absolutely. And Cody says the Santa Cruz mystery spot in Cali is also a strong energy vortex.
Very cool.
Melanie says she loves the mystery spot.
Mm-hmm.
And we have this one. I've recently started connecting with the Pleiadians. I felt the presence of one. My bedroom door opened and I sensed the presence of a tall glowing being. I could see the being in my third eye. Yeah. Very cool.
Amazing.
And in Kansas, between Council Grove and Manhattan. Okay. I was in college in upstate New York, and there were some sightings.
Amazing. See, all over.
Yeah.
All over. People will talk about like very specific places, right? Like we say Roswell or Area 51, like the extraterrestrial highway, like things like that
Yeah.
are very well known. But the reality is it's all over. And if you think about like, the sky and the distance and how far we actually can see, like when we talk about being able to see the Milky Way, like we're like light years away and we can see it. So, we might see something and, we might see it on this side of the world, on this side of the continent, and somebody on the other side of the continent, depending on where they are and the way that the light is reflecting and all of that, might actually see it. Right. So we do know that there's, an incredible possibility for them to show themselves in, all over the place.
Yeah. We're jumping a bit here. Here we go. I saw the boomerang-shaped crafts over Watsonville in the early 80s. Very rarely hear anyone mention the Greys. From what I've heard, they are the closest to us. And we should say hello to Jovika.
Hello. Thanks for joining us.
Anyone heard about the beings that look like praying mantis?
Oh, yes.
I love them.
I had quite an encounter with praying mantis. I had just finished teaching a channeling class in my sunroom, and I heard in my mind, "May we speak with you, please?" And I was like, "Okay." And I look outside, and there's like an 8-foot praying mantis being standing right outside my sunroom.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Okay, that's a little intimidating, but okay, let's go." So I did call Archangel Michael to come and back me up, but so I go out and I'm looking up at this thing and I'm like, "Hello." He said, "We understand you are a galactic ambassador." And I'm like, "Apparently so." Mm-hmm.
You're here, then apparently so.
Apparently so. And he said, "Could you please pass on that not all insecticides are nefarious?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely. We can do that." Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then he does this and he goes, "Thank you." And he waddles off towards the back of the yard where there are 5 more in the back corner of my yard.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it's one of those things. Did this actually happen? Like, what is happening here? And I go in, and there were 2 people that had been in that channeling space with me. So they were all like, ready to see things in the other dimensions. One of them didn't see much, but the other one who saw energy more, she looked to the back. She's like, "I can't see detail, but I do see 6 beings standing at the back, like energy signatures."
Mm-hmm.
And I hadn't told them 6. I just said, "What do you see at the back of the yard?" So I was like, "Okay, I'm not losing it."
Like,
okay.
Yeah, and she asked like what they're called. So
Yeah.
they're from the Antares. So they could be like, the Antares mantis beings or Antarians.
Yes.
I guess, depending on where we're from, we might pronounce it a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I call them mantids.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So Hypnocity, or Milani, believes that she's a hybrid.
Ooh, nice.
Very cool.
a lot of their roles, usually, at least from what I've seen so far, they're more of teachers.
Yeah.
And like guiding us. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's always fun seeing and meeting one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one I was talking to, I think, was very much in the ambassadorial kind of role. Like he was, but that would be the teacher as well, I would think, right? Trying to teach us that they're not nefarious.
Yeah, well, in the time of, so in the Lyran Legacy, what came through when that was being transmitted was that they were the multidimensional beings who took care of the stargates. They actually were the ones who were able to connect the Milky Way to the Andromeda system. And so they were able to act as the bridge between the dimensions, which played a really key role in helping, with the relocation and all of that during the Orion Wars.
Mm-hmm. And this one here, also felt a small being come in at the bottom of my bed against the wall. Smaller alien with a bigger head. I feel the being are coming in and checking on my energy. They're interested. Yes, likely.
Very possible.
Yeah. And that could be gray by the sound of it. Could be a lot of them, though. They all have similar.
Mm-hmm.
And Javika says, I've seen them in visions. I really don't know what they're after. Sometimes they're just being friendly.
Yeah.
They're not after anything necessarily.
Yeah. Sometimes they want to just observe us. Sometimes they want to help us. Sometimes they're just, curious. And so it really...
Apparently that happened just before the live.
Oh.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
They wanted to come in and watch too.
Yeah.
More information to share.
Very cool.
You're in the right place then.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Leah has joined us. Welcome, Leah. Welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Kaylee says, I'm curious about that myself, being a hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm a hybrid, Pleiadian hybrid. So I know that I have a Pleiadian hybrid daughter, but I think I am as well.
Yeah. Lyran.
When I was little, I was so sad I didn't understand all the pain and mean humans are here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't either. I still don't. Even as an adult. She's wondering if we have any thoughts about where she might be from. Oh, there's a good question. We'll if we have thoughts that come up, Leah, we'll let you know about that, okay?
For Leah, I immediately got Lyran.
Okay.
I think I also did a reading about her origin. So I believe Lyran.
Lyran. Okay, there we go. And Nalani says, does every species have a hybrid?
Every? I don't know.
I don't know whether it's every.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think that we're even aware of every species out there. And I remember even, again, when the book was being transmitted about secret races and getting insight into them. And I wrote it all down and then was like, And then I got very clearly like, this isn't for the book. We're just letting you know that there's other races that are out there that aren't even being talked about because they, are subterranean races, or they're races that have tried to stay like free of, the issues that are there in the galaxy and all of that. And so it was really fascinating. But one of the things that it really did for me was help me to know that we know so little.
Yeah.
Right. And even what we're allowed to have access to and what information we get is still so little.
Here's the book.
Thanks
about Rossi sharing it. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing it.
Leah says, so glad you three are together. Thank you.
We are too.
Yeah, exactly. And we have Tina Babina.
Welcome.
And people are saying hello. Rossi says Lyran origin. She's Lyran as well. The drama-free zone races.
I love that drama-free zone races.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, now we're out.
It's funny. One of the ones that came through for my husband and I one time, and one of our students, it started in class, was called, they came through and told me they were the Yuri. And they're squid-like beings. And we were teaching a class, and one of the students mentioned this being that had come to see them. And as she talked about it, there was one standing right here in front of me. And I was like, oh, hello. All right. And then my husband and I did Reiki on each other as a share that night. And he ended up seeing 4 of them come in, and they were working on me that night. And we had this whole thing where we were like, I don't know who they were. They looked like squid-like things. And we were like, okay, sure. And then we had to go. It's funny because I was told to go. When I looked up the Yuri, I got a picture of this deck.
Yuri.
And so I went and got this deck because I thought, okay, I'm obviously being guided to do that. And I picked a card and got something about, I don't know which card it is. I don't want to look through it all, but it was about intuition, like trusting your intuition. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, all right. So this is real. They're another race. Okay, cool. And then Jeff picked a card. He got the same card. He shuffled.
That's amazing.
So
That's like,
it's pretty cool.
If you don't get this confirmation, someone will give it to you.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're going to make sure you get the message.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I love what Hypnicity said here. And so you're all brothers and sisters. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Indeed. Yay, I'm making pizza and you're all on. Happy dance. Awesome. Welcome, Mary.
Doing happy dance, Mary.
Pass the pepperoni.
I'm all for the happy dances.
Jen does them a lot when we cook together. So, of course, I have to join in. In which one of these species would you place the ancient goddess Ishtarana? Feeling like Syrian or?
Yeah. Venusian?
I'm getting Venusian as well.
Yeah.
But there is a connection with Sirius because a lot of the Syrian beings actually went to Venus.
Yeah.
And they're called, what are they called again? They're called a specific, it's not coming. It's at the tip of my tongue. But yeah, they went to Egypt and helped us, helped Egypt through their teachings. And yeah, they're, what are they called? I'm looking for the card with their name on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, anything Egyptian is very connected to Sirius, right? Septet, which is the, main connection in the stars. And so the energy was being channeled through that. So it would make sense that would be the connection that you got. And Venusian, like, it makes sense too, if they were, like, if they came, closer, that's where they.
I got Hathors.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what they're called. A group of beings. I think Egypt thinks Hathor is one person, but what I've been getting is that it's a group of people which originated from Sirius, and then they transferred to Venus, and then visited Earth during and Egypt in particular.
Yeah,
that's very
well. And we know that the energies of the Egyptian gods and goddesses, like, often it was an energy that would transmute and become the different energies, right? So like Hathor, actually in Sekhmet and that connection, and then Bastet, like, they're all connected in the way that they evolved. And so they just personify the different energies, but they're, they call them Neteru, like they're the embodiment of those energies. And so but I say energies on purpose because there's more, like, it's the embodiment of it, but it's that archetypal energy that's still present that they're connected to.
Yeah.
What if I chose not to show up for my hero's journey? Kind of kidding.
It's okay if you don't want to show up. You have your own free will. Yeah, I wouldn't call it a vacation lifetime because you're enjoying it, but yeah, you have your own free will if you don't want to go through a difficult lifetime.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
and the avatar energy for avatar.
Yeah, Lady Kriska. That's a good. Yeah, Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think too, though, like, we're here and we signed up to be here. And I think that we get into this, like, our hero's journey and all of our purpose and what it is that we're meant to be doing. And the reality is, we're meant to be here. That is our hero's journey. Just by being here, we are holding space for a certain energy to be in the world. And that's what we're meant to be doing. If we do anything beyond that, great. If we don't, that's also great. Like, it's our decision to be here at this time. That is our hero's journey.
Yeah. Yeah. We're here to help support the light.
Mm-hmm.
In whatever capacity we choose to do that. So we have Gary and Grace for 911.
Hello, hello.
Looks of it,
Gary.
because Rossi's saying hi, Gary.
Mm-hmm.
We're exactly where we need to be. Yes.
Absolutely.
And usually exactly when we need to be there, because it's that divine timing thing. You know how something will happen if you're not supposed. If you're early, something's going to happen. It's going to change where you're going. All of a sudden, you can't find your keys.
That is true. And when that happens, we feel like, oh my gosh, something bad is happening.
Mm-hmm.
But then we realize, oh, it's just like a short redirection to where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly.
I have so many stories of that where, I've gotten turned around, or I've just gotten weight, or, go, like, and then finding out after the fact that, of one of them was, I was at a camp. We were camping and all, and I needed to go back into town to sign some paperwork. And I was anxious that I needed to get back in, and it's, a long drive and all of that. And I kept getting weight. And I'm like, oh, but I want to go. And they're like, no, wait. And I waited for a good 10, 15 minutes, maybe not even. And I'd say 10. And then I was like, okay. They are like, okay, you can go now. Or you can wait a little bit longer, but it was open. And I'm like, anxious me. I'm like, okay, I'm going. So off I go. And I end up sitting in traffic for a car accident that had just happened about that amount of time before. And so that was the whole, like, you can go or you can wait. You're going to be waiting anyway. So, your choice. But the wait, like, I really do believe that had I left when I wanted to, I would have been involved in it.
Yeah.
Right. So there was that moment of, okay, like, thank you for the protection and thank you for making me listen. Like, there are times where I haven't listened and I've been like, I really wish I'd listened. But this was one of those moments where it was like, oh, I'm so grateful that, that it was so intense, the wait, that I listened to it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty cool the way they do that.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of people were redirected 9/11. They were here to tell us about those misdirections or redirections on the 12th. Yeah. Others here finding themselves in a different headspace or state of mind lately. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus might as well relax into the wait.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've learned that lesson many times over. They just keep on giving it to you when you don't get it the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Can our guides help communicate with dementia patients' guides for their care? Yes, I have done this. I was called in to do some healing work on a woman who had dementia. She was crying out in agony all the time, and nobody knew why. Mm-hmm. And I start doing energy healing on her, and I'm hearing, it's okay. She just needs to relax, to let things move. Mm-hmm. Big, bowel movement. And all of a sudden she was feeling much better. Mm-hmm. And she stopped having that kind of, and that's what I was hearing when I was doing the work, was that. So they were communicating with me for that.
Mm-hmm.
you do that work, it's making you sad. So I was a personal support worker before I went into all sorts of other stuff. So yeah, I get it. It's heavy work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she won't poop either. Yeah, it's common. It's common. Lots of water, you know. All the stuff the docs say. But sometimes it's energy healing and they have to kind of release, allow themselves to relax enough to do it. But, you know, there's all sorts of reasons for it. So I'm not a doctor. And I don't play one on TV.
Right. So there's moments where you have to do that for entertainment purposes only.
Exactly.
Purposes only.
Yeah.
Please always consult with your medical professional.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Always check with your medical professional. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. And going back up because we missed a bunch, the dreamer music. We are here to evolve ourselves and to be example to others. Absolutely. And this is it. Like, you know, that idea of like, we're meant to just be here. We're meant to be. And then, yes, different things come in and they get in the way or they move us in different directions. And yet the more that we are able to really step into who we are and what we are, the more we are able to embody that truth, the less, you know, we're still gonna feel things. We're still gonna experience them. We're still gonna have those, you know, moments of sadness or whatever it is. But we do have the ability to shift that energy, and that is truly, you know, why we agree to be here in the first place. Mm-hmm.
And she says we get wrapped up in these purposes outside of ourselves rather than embracing the journey we're experiencing right here.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so easy to move, you know, into the collective idea of like, oh, I'm supposed to be this, or I'm supposed to be that, or, you know, and yet, you know, our ability to be is the most powerful thing that we have.
So what do we think about these fires?
Oh.
Are they calming down? Well, symbolically, fire is about transmuting energy. You know, passion and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I think they will slow down when they've accomplished what they're here to accomplish. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. So I think that it'll depend on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we know that, like, you know, we are transmuted in the fire, and there's, you know, we talk about how there's certain seeds that will only be able to grow once they've been exposed to fire. And so, you know, yes, the fires are there, and it is pretty devastating. I know, you know, people who are talking about, you know, being evacuated and all of that, and it's been pretty devastating. But each time, you know, we go through something like that, what is it that we're tapping into, right? We can tap into that fear of it, or we can tap into what's meant to come from it. And so, you know, when we say like, there's nothing I can do, there isn't anything I can do. I'm not there to help put out the fires, but there is a lot that I can do in terms of the energy that I am contributing to the collective while this is happening.
Mm-hmm. I was just thinking about that yesterday. Those trees require high heat to crack the outer shell so the seed can take root.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Here to fully anchor who we are at our core frequency by remembering so that Mother Earth can also remember.
Mm-hmm.
What's this? I think it might be supposed to be love. Oh yeah, it is. She says that. I was like,
Okay.
Love.
Thank you.
Love.
Mm-hmm.
I saw dragons and fire all over the last 2 days in a vision with the lava, and 2 years ago I dreamt of earthquakes and splits in the group of a lot of rubble falling.
Mm-hmm.
Prophetic dreams. That's another whole thing, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's such an interesting thing because we look at everything and we kind of go, okay, this is good and this is bad, this is right, this is wrong. And that's, the mind likes to really compartmentalize all of that and make the different labels and all. And yet, so much of what the understanding that has come in from the galactics is that it's so much beyond that. And sometimes things that have, appeared to be really difficult are there to open us to something else and to move us in a different direction or to, change something for us. And so, as much as this is really difficult situations, like we do need to look at it and go, okay, like what is this asking of us? What is this where is it trying to bring us?
Well, and when we think about the story of the stars, and we think about that, the things that happened in that lifetime were pretty traumatic for many of us. But so much good came out of it. We would not have the current Galactic Federation if that hadn't happened, because it was formed during that time frame.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's beautiful that if you can find those glimmers, right, in the middle of some of this stuff.
Yeah.
We learned a lot from those experiences. We grew a lot as souls from those experiences. Like whenever I do Akashic Records readings, a lot of things, a lot of experiences often come back to that. And it's not always bad, quote unquote bad, because they experience difficulties and hardships. But there were a lot of learnings as well that they still carry, even though those happened maybe millions, thousands of years ago. We still carry those lessons that we've learned from those lifetimes. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think so much of what, has come through, like we were talking with the story, and I know Tanys and I talked about this, and all is that the memories and the opening to that lifetime is coming back so much more right now so that we don't repeat some of the things that have happened in the past, and that we have a new way of moving forward that is going to be, different. Not necessarily that there's going to be no problems or no issues, but it's going to just be different. We don't want to repeat the exact same thing again.
Yeah. And I think we've been on a bit of a cycle here on Earth. So my opinion is it's time to change it. That's just my opinion. It's not worth anything, but it's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Because it's difficult to change when you're not aware of what you're supposed to change. I think first step, or one of the first steps in changing or choosing something different, is remembering what happened in the past to
Mm-hmm.
really understand, oh, this already happened. What am I supposed to do? What choice am I supposed to take now that will be different or lead me to something different?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say something's gone now.
Oh, sorry.
No. They give it to us and then they give it to us again. It's all good.
Oh, it was about it was about that's the beauty of doing some of the Akashic work, right? And having those past life or other life memories, because we can learn from that as well. Not just our lives here, not just our human history on Earth, but all of it. So.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting because, we talk about past lives and things like that. And it's like, okay, well, what benefit does it have for me to be able to know about that? And yes, there's like healing and things like that we can do. But when we're getting into some of these galactic ones, especially when we're talking about like the hybrid energies and stuff like that, what we're looking at is what is the energy that I am meant to carry into this life to help me to be able to navigate this. And so we look at that and we go, okay, if I'm, a hybrid with this particular energy, then what is it that energy embodies? What is it giving me to be able to embody that now in this lifetime to be able to navigate the things that are happening today?
Yeah. So interesting. Was born the year of the CN Fire dragon?
Oh, I think it's Chinese New Year or
Chinese New, okay, yes, Chinese. And then as Western zodiac, the energy this past year has been intense. It has. Oh, Chinese, yes, okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I love that you say that because I'm thinking about this daily. Like now, like what now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, definitely.
Yeah. And that's it, right? So we look at that and we go, okay, like if I feel really connected to the Andromedan energy, then what does that mean? Well, that means that I have a deep sense of wanderlust for love, exploration. Like there's, maybe advocacy in there for freedom and sovereignty, right? We recognize those energies are there. The Antarians, like again, if you've got that mantid energy that is a part of your experience, then there's going to be, you might be fiercely passionate and determined about things. You might have that, natural leadership, and maybe even a bit of that, like wanting to transform things, right? Holding space for transformation, right? And we can go through all of the different energies and you get to see, it's like, oh, okay, how can I bring that forward into my day-to-day? Like, how can I embody and live that energy?
Breaking news.
Oh, wow.
I had to put my feet down on the ground because
Mhm.
I'm near Indonesia. I'm in the same region.
Did you feel that?
No, I didn't, or I haven't yet. But
Mm,
yeah, better be careful.
yeah. I sense lots of love and energy out there
Yeah,
to them.
to everybody involved. And Mother Earth.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Learned a lot about human stuff. Now I want to learn about our true beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
Jen, why don't you tell us a little bit about your true beginnings? Because you have memories of way back when.
I have memories of way back when. I have memories of being part of the stars, and we all were, right? You say to somebody, I was a star once, and people go, okay, we all were. We were all part of the stars. We were even before the stars. And so, the memory that came for me about that was that we had started again as that collective energy, and the collective energy wanted to, have a sense of individuation. Like, what does that feel like? What is that like? And so one of the memories that I have is actually going through and populating the stars. So the stars started to form and we all have collective energy. So if you're connected to a particular star, it'd be interesting to kind of feel into what is that star's energy? What is that archetypal energy or that avatar, as I said earlier, energy that I am connected to or that I feel is a part of my being. And then, from there, we, came into just the gases of the in-between. So we had formed the stars and then we became the in-between. So we were moving around through them. And then we decided, okay, I want to start taking form. And so I remember actually coming as light onto one of the stars and watching things start to grow and seeing that and going, okay, what form do we want to take? What do we want this to look like? And being able to start to shape that energy. And so it's just such a beautiful thing to see that, like, throughout all of that history, the choice that was there to want to start to move into this idea of beings. And then, here we are. Next memory is being a Lyran and being able to step into that life and what that was. And this was way before the wars happened, and being able to experience what it was to still be so deeply connected to all that we remembered from being part of the oneness and being part of, the collective and recognizing the energy of the stars, not just this gaseous thing, but what the stars were in their sentient beingness. and staying connected to that, and all of the rituals and the things that we would do that would continue to connect us to that energy and bring that through, right? And then as time went on, different things happened. We ended up with the Orion Wars, which, again, as hard as that was, it allowed the energies to scatter more, to bring more the diaspora, but it's this like where everything started to connect, right? So we had the different species, and then we had the connections of them and bringing them back together, right? So we have this like separating and coming back together, separating and coming back together. And this seems to be the ongoing kind of flow of the energies, even until today. We have our separateness, and we're learning how to come back together yet again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you have a memory of a purple sky with 2 moons and a world of water? Mm-hmm.
The very first thing that comes to me is Mintaka. But before it is what it was today.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are many planets that are like water, but what came to me was somewhere in Beta Centauri,
Mm-hmm.
or otherwise known as Hadar or Hadar,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, where Hadarians came from.
Oh, yes.
But there are many planets where that are water.
Mintaka. Yeah. She says that's a card. Every time I explore origins, she gets Mintaka.
Mintaka.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are so many planets like that. I mean, we've got one moon and and all, but there's so many that have multiple. One of the things that was really interesting that came to me in the book with the Mintaka is that it was originally just one, but now it's in 5 parts. And when it came to me to put that into the book, and I was like, what are you talking about? It's not 5 parts, it's a star. It's just one star. It's all everybody ever talks about. And so I start, me, I'm 1-3, I'm deep diving. I'm searching everything I can possibly search, because I don't want to put something out there and then have it be not, what it is. And so I'm on all of these like deep science, NASA, blah, blah, blah kind of sites, reading all about stuff. And sure enough, Mintaka is actually in 5 parts. It's 5 stars as one. And so it fit completely with what I was given about how in the Orion Wars, Mintaka was actually the first planet that was attacked. It wasn't the Lyrans, but that they weren't able to, they didn't have their technology done yet. And so what ended up happening is, instead of completely destroying it like they did with some of the planets in the Lyran system, they split it apart. And because of the way that the gravity in that system is, those 5 stars actually stayed together. And so they still move together as one, but they're actually in parts. And so it was just a fascinating thing to be able to be given that information and kind of, going, okay, I remember this from this lifetime. And then, going, okay, but, was that this timeline? Was that a different timeline? Like, does that actually fit with the timeline we're in now at this point in time? And then having it, actually fit was like, wow, okay, thank you.
Yeah, that must have been mind blowing to get a confirmation, a scientific confirmation that was true.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the stuff throughout the whole, like, again, with the whole download of the book and the history, the galactic history part of it, and going, holy moly, like, this is fascinating. Is it true for this timeline? Like, does it actually fit with where we're at right now in this reality? And every time I would do a deep dive, I'm like, oh, it does. Oh, okay.
So magical.
It does. It's, yeah.
Well, and a lot of, we were talking about how when we have multiple people with the same experiences, that it like adds confirmation to what you're getting. And, Jen started bringing this stuff forward. I had memories of past lives or being different beings already. And when Jen and I started talking, we realized there was a lot of crossover. And then as we were talking more, I would get more memories back. And I'd bring them to Jen and be like, do you remember this? And she's like, oh yeah, I do. We did this and this. And I'm like, I know. So we had all these like joint memories, not just from that lifetime, actually from many, but that particular one, of course, was impactful for us. Mm-hmm. Some can imagine going home. That imagining makes me cry at a soul level. Yeah. It was. I mean, I remember Jen and I were talking when she had a memory come back about her planet. It was quite a difficult one. Yeah. And we both got quite emotional about it because my parents were on the planet as well, and so as we spoke about the memory, it was quite an emotional one. So we certainly understand that cry at a soul level.
Especially for her, since she's from Mintaka, which is, it's different from perhaps what you remember, Lady Karashka. So it's difficult. My heart goes out to you.
Yeah, it's, one of the things that I really, loved and all, like finding out what had happened with Mintaka was devastating. But also later when the Draconians went back to try to finish it off and they weren't able to because we were able to defend at that point against it. That was the moment of like, wow, okay. Because there were some Mintakans that were trying to rebuild. And so, they were like, no, they wanted to go back after it and destroy them, and they couldn't. And it was just that, like, my whole body is just goosebumps all over, because there was this moment of like, no, this is ours, and we are going to protect it and take care of it and rebuild it. And even though it wasn't what it was, it still was able to be rebuilt and be a beautiful home for so many. So
when you know you're on the right track. Beautiful. Well, I can't believe it's been the hour already, ladies.
That's wild.
I feel like we just started.
I feel like we just started.
Yeah. Oh, the timer says 102, 51, 52. Yeah. So what would you like to do? Do you want to say a final thought? Is there something coming through from the Federation? Or I thought I might end up with doing a bit of light language at the end just to send everybody off. Did you guys want to bring through stuff? What would you like?
Sorry, I was shuffling cards all throughout. And I asked for a message for everyone's watching. And look at what I got. It's the Seas of Mintaka.
Oh, there we go.
Seeing potential and bringing unconsciousness to light. So I feel like with this show, since this is the first one, it's the bringing unconsciousness to light is what we're doing.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Gone but not forgotten.
Yeah. It's all that keeps coming is this deep feeling of love and being held. And what it's I'm gonna cry. Basically what's coming through is this, it's hard to put words to. Everyone who has chosen to take on this density, to be here on this earth during this difficult time, who is willing to go through the dense emotions and the difficult experiences, the tearing apart, in order to bring light and to shine that light through every crack that you have experienced in this lifetime, you are honored. And we are so grateful for your willingness to be here. And we are supporting you. And we are honoring the choice that you made by continually checking in and holding space and trying to give you the support that you need. And we hold you in love and gratitude every moment. Know that you are not in this alone. You have each other and you have us.
Anatia tako oni si. Antako oro no ni askata totoriti. I antaka o ontako ori ayata. O yatsinskata yati. O totoritia. I antoriti. I atataraya teketatia sana. O ontoriti mananayasi. Itiana untori tinana yati I antaka ayasi oni asamanana yata otode tirana yati oni akatataraya o ontoko ono shia manayati antaka iataka pata o ontoriti yantaka uri. We thank the Star Mothers for coming through. Final thoughts?
I got nothing to follow up what they got to share.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So we wish you all a wonderful, wonderful month. I'm sure you will see all of us on various shows. Please remember to like and subscribe to all the channels below. Oops. They're also in the write-up. And yeah, we will see you all very soon. Have an awesome week, everyone. Take care.